Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is Kugan Cassius for IFLTV. We are in Saudi Arabia. It's the start of fight week. Undisputed, Ring of Fire. Probably a few other names attached to what is going to be a sensational week and event here in Riyadh. I'm joined by Alex Krassyuk, long-term friend. Absolutely. How are you, first of all?
Kugan, thanks a lot. I'm good. We are here in Riyadh, finally, not just us, but Tyson Fury is here as well. He looks fit, which is like making us really happy to see him the way he is. And yeah, we're in the middle of making history.
Now we're here on fight week. Let me just go back to February, or prior to February. Did you doubt that this week would get to this stage back then?
It's not kind of a doubt you had that mentally you are ready for the date, but you still have those hesitations because you rely on the past experience. We tried to make the fight with Tyson Fury for the first time before the rematch with AJ. That was the first time when his side started to negotiate, and then for some reason they quit. The second time was supposed to happen here in Saudi Arabia, but again, for some reason, it was on talks after Usyk defeated Joshua for the second time. It was discussed. It was really in progress, and we had already the backup option with Queensberry to put it on Wembley, April 29th, which was activated after Saudi withdrawn, and it didn't happen for some reason. We all know the reason, but it didn't happen. So Usyk had to face Daniel Dubois, and after Daniel Dubois, we started again. And the date was, the fight was supposed to happen December 26, but Tyson had a tough fight with Ngannou, and again, his promoters asked to reschedule it. So Usyk agreed. He didn't want to, but he agreed to give him a chance to prepare. February 17th was the next date, and which was cancelled again for the reason of an injury. So now finally, finally, we are here, May 18th. Just 6 days to go. Wow, wow, wow. I cannot believe it. Yeah, it's reality.
Despite that sequence of events that's occurred over the last 2 or 3 years, you surely don't think that Tyson is afraid to fight Alexander, or do you think that, or have you thought that?
He cannot be afraid. He's a warrior. He's one of the best fighters in heavyweights. He's tall. He had a wonderful career, well experienced, big heart, skilled, not disciplined. He's not afraid of fighting Alexander Usyk. The thing he might be afraid of is to lose to Alexander Usyk, but that's a different thing.
Yeah, people do have to understand the difference in what you're saying. He's not afraid to fight him, but I've heard this before, that possibly the fighters, the fear of a loss might be what it is, but I've heard that before. I'm not applying that to Tyson Fury or anyone, but that's what I've heard before, yes.
Yeah, that's something that happens to the fighters. When you have 0 in loss record, you consider this like, well, should I take this risk, or maybe I stay virgin for the losses. But at some point, you have to put everything on a table. And what else can be better? What an occasion! Undisputed heavyweight, 4 belts era, first ever in the history of boxing. I think it doesn't matter for Tyson now. He's ready to lose now, I think.
I've never heard that expression, staying a virgin for the losses. I've never heard that in any boxing analogy talk in my life. Is that a Ukrainian thing, or is that a Alex Krassyuk thing, or?
No, I just invented it.
Alex, just describe the mood your social media team put out. Very little in build-ups to fight. I feel like you're very selective over what us, the public, see. You're a very closed and private camp, and we only see snippets, what you allow us to see. But can you describe his mood currently?
Usyk's?
Yeah.
Watch any video, this is his mood. He's relaxed, he's done everything that had to be done, mentally, physically, psychologically, whatever. He went through 3 camps. 3. First camp started in September, late September, beginning of October. Second camp started December, and the third camp started after February fight was cancelled. So he went through 3 camps in a row. When a fighter sits in the dressing room, he's analyzing. It's subconsciousness and consciousness. Does he deserve the victory? Did he do enough to deserve it? And in Usyk's case, he did enough, he has overdone enough, and in general, 3 times more than enough has already been done for this fight. It means that the guy is waiting for the party. The guy is waiting to celebrate. For him, it's going to be like, more like a vacation, because all the job is done. The hard work is in the past. Now it's time to relax and to enjoy, because he enjoys what he's doing. This is his job, which he's like a master of and which he likes to do. So this is going to be a satisfaction for him.
Is Alexander afraid to lose?
Being afraid means to consider, to hesitate, to think it over. He is the kind of man who doesn't think. He doesn't think of his opponent. He doesn't think of an outcome. He doesn't think of the result of circumstances. The only thing he's concentrated on is his job, to do his job. If the job is completed, then he's satisfied. And he is very religious, orthodox. And there is a proverb of Solomon, 21:31, that says, the horse is prepared for the day of the battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. So you do what you have to do as much as you can, but you do not rely on the result, because it depends on something that's coming from upstairs. That's why, that's his mindset. He will do what he has to do, and whatever happens is an outcome. He's not keen on thinking, I need only victory. No way. I need to do my job. And when the job is done, then I'm prized with the victory. That's his mentality throughout his career, since his first fight up till now.
When you speak to people in boxing, ever since this fight was mentioned, the one factor that is physically clearly in Tyson's Fury is his size. How much of a factor is that? Because there is a size difference, and this is something that is brought up a lot. But in your opinion, how much of that is a factor coming into Saturday here in Riyadh?
Size is one of the factors that does matter, and Tyson has his advantage in anthropometrics, means his height, his weight, his reach. That's his advantage, 100%, and you can do nothing about it. But boxing is not just a sport of size. It's a sport of skill, of character, of tactics, and the most important thing, this is the sport of stamina, of conditioning. If you are, no matter how big you are, the bigger you are, the more difficult for you is to run the marathon. Is that correct?
Possibly, yes.
Well, I tried. I tried once. It's tough, you know, it's complicated. The lighter you are, the easier it is for you, for your body. Tyson Fury has never, ever in his life driven the speed he will have to drive on Saturday night. That's a matter of fact. And we will see how good his stamina is. We will see how good was his conditioning in the camp and how diligent was his work in the camp.
Have you heard the expression, I'm not sure if this is specific to UK, but there's an expression, a good big man will always beat a good little man.
True. True. But what is the answer for the expression, a good big man can do, question mark, with a better smaller man? We will see. Yeah, that's true. A big, if everything is equal, then what's the point of watching this fight? If this is the answer, then why would the whole world be expecting for the undisputed? No, this is not an issue. Anthony Joshua is a great fighter. He's a tremendous fighter, an Olympic champion. And he's bigger than Alexander Usyk. But he tried twice and did not succeed. And the reason for that is not because he's not skilled, not because he was not well prepared. He was, and he was bigger. But the result we all know. So it's a compilation of different important things. On this level, most fighters possess the same potential, skills, conditioning, experience, and some very, very tiny things like mindset, like tactics, play the decisive role. Whether you come victorious or, as Tyson used to say, go home with the dick in your hand. It's his quote.
He's got a few quotes. Alex, sometimes it's very unpredictable to see what shape and physique Tyson Fury comes in with. We've seen, obviously, pictures over kind of, if you want to say, two camps, but he does look in good shape. He looks like he has trimmed quite a bit down. But I suppose your comments there about what he has to deal with in terms of speed potentially this Saturday is a factor there of why Tyson's in that shape.
You know what, Kugan? Tyson got all of us so used to his lack of fitness that losing just several kilos makes us think he's in a brilliant shape. The shape of his body changed, that's 100%. He looks better, more attractive. But what about his cells? What about his metabolism? What about mitochondria? Do you know the word mitochondria? This is part of the cell where the glucose is reversed to energy. So this is where actually the training ends up. This is the thing when all the fighters, all the athletes work hard to make this process as much efficient as possible. So this is also the matter of his natural things, what he was born with, whether he has this capacity, whether he has this ability to work beyond the limit. Because this is going to be the factor that will probably decide who is the winner, to work beyond the limit. Did he ever try this in his career? I watched many of his fights. I don't find too many. He did with Wilder because he didn't have a chance to train diligently and properly, and that's why he had to overcome his limit. But when you pass through the best training camp in your career, and you already exceeded your limits, and then when you walk into the ring and you have to exceed it again, that's the point. And we are fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship. Nothing more higher than that.
There's some questions that probably will come your way this week, and not wanting to lose any focus on Saturday, but you, as his promoter, will always be thinking one step, two step ahead of every situation that Alexander's in. Can you see any situation that occurs, Alex, where after Saturday that a rematch doesn't happen on Alexander Usyk's side?
Easy. With Tyson, it happened before. It happened with Klitschko, it happened with Wilder. It may happen with anyone. And you know, my biggest concern, after Tyson loses, he might lose his focus again. And that might be a reason why the rematch does not take place. On the other side, we've done everything possible for the rematch to be at place. All the paperwork, all the agreements, all the arrangements have been negotiated, signed, stamped, sealed, hands were shaken, discussed for many times. So from the legal side, from the team side, from our partners here in Saudi Arabia, it's all been arranged. So it's going to be only the matter of probably of Tyson Fury for the rematch to take place. But let's see. He will probably be willing to get his fame back after May 18th.
Let me word this question. I completely understood what you said. Let me word this question from this side, from a neutral side. So, are you telling me that for Alexander, win or lose, that he will fight Fury next, or from his side?
For Fury as well, from the legal side.
Yeah.
Win or lose, we have two fights.
Yeah.
No matter if it's a draw, if it's no decision, if it's disqualification, whatever. We have two fights to go with. No matter who wins, no matter who loses, the difference is there's going to be only one undisputed, and it's happening in 5 days.
Just before the weekend, the odds on a draw were 16-1. I think they've been cut now to 12-1 as yesterday. I don't know. The more I think about it, boxing's a funny old game, Alex. Would you bet against, completely bet against, a draw on Saturday here in Riyadh?
Do you remind any draws that finish by a KO?
That was well answered in your favour there. No, I just thought it was if you were a betting man, as we say. Who knows? But
Yeah,
you're not coming there to draw, and Tyson's definitely not coming there to draw. So,
100%. But you know, these guys, they are very skilled. Listen, Evander Holyfield fought Lennox Lewis, and many people had Lennox ahead on scorecards. But we all know what happened. It's, you know, it's up to the judges. The draw is up to the judges. It's not up to the fighters. But I know that neither Tyson nor Usyk are coming for a draw. It might happen. There is a slight, very small possibility for that, and that's why the odds are so high. But I wouldn't bet on a draw, 100%. Or maybe I have already done. You never know.
poker face. I saw Alexander Usyk make some comments regarding talking about Anthony Joshua and said that if at some point, which is as likely as any other fight, for that trilogy fight with Anthony Joshua, he believes training under Ben Davison, he believes it would be a very different fight. You share that sentiment as well?
We've seen different Anthony Joshua. Now, after completing 2 fights with Usyk, he is made of stone. Before that, he was a little bit soft. Now he's not soft anymore. Would that change his mindset for fighting Usyk again? That's a question. That's a question mark, a huge one. But I definitely consider AJ to be a better fighter now. I definitely consider him to be way smarter and more diligent in his trainings, because he changed the training, the trainer. He changed the approach to training, and the way. But listen, to make the final conclusion, we need to see him fighting someone really decent from the top level. We've seen him spectacular with Ngannou, but with all respect to the gentleman, he's coming from a different sport. He's not a professional boxer. He is a professional fighter, but he's not a professional boxer. And these are different things. It's complicated to measure, you know. It's like we're going to start and analyzing who's going to be the winner. We had Fury fighting Ngannou, and we had AJ fighting Ngannou. For this logic, AJ will have to knock out Fury within 30 seconds. But this is not the correct conclusion. I think AJ has a lot to go. I mean, in the upcoming months or years, has a lot to go and a lot to achieve.
Okay, well listen, Mr. Krassyuk, I appreciate your time this Monday morning. We've got, well, you've got a long week. We're just kind of sitting back and watching it all unfold. I've just noticed on your jacket,
Yeah.
this is like the inside of a beehive, isn't it?
Inside of what?
Like a beehive.
B?
Bee.
B?
Yeah, a hive. You know what a beehive is?
Yes. So this is the B.
Yeah.
This is the BGV.
Yeah.
This is DTEC. And
The pattern is inside of a...
yeah, because
yeah, that's what I've just realised it was. Yeah.
because the B is our logo for Ready to Fight project. That's why it looks, you see, Ukrainian, but B style.
How do we get one of these?
Yeah, I will send you the link.
We could give it away as a great competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a T-shirt,
Well, you want to have mine?
In England we say, give us the shirt off your back. That means we are friends.
Oh, yeah. No problem. Come on. This one?
This T-shirt. We could run a good little competition for Fight Week if you've got a spare one.
Probably we have a couple.
Have you got anything else you'd like to add, Alex?
Well, I would love to add something, but I don't know what to add, because we had a very deep conversation. What I really wish is that, I said it before, we all want Tyson Fury to be in his best condition ever, to have no excuse to say that he was injured, not well prepared, or anything, for Usyk to celebrate the 100% of his victory. Because the taste of the victory when you are fighting the man at his best is the sweetest.
The sweetness. I sort of see what you did there as well. Yeah. Alex, thank you very much for your time. And like I said, it's just the start of fight week. So, yep, good luck to you and your team. And I'm sure we'll catch up again at some point this week.
Thank you very much, Kugan. As always.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.